Welcome to the Luxury Listing Specialist Podcast with Michael LaFido, where top luxury agents reveal their best practices, plus interviews with real estate industry influencers, thought leaders, and luxury marketing experts. You'll come away from each episode with new strategies and tactics to dominate high-end homes in any market. And now for the latest episode of Luxury Listing Specialist. Here's your host, luxury real estate expert, coach, and trainer, Michael LaFido.
Welcome back to another episode of the Luxury Listing Specialist Podcast. You're in the right place if you're looking to work smarter, not harder, if you're looking to increase your average sale price and either break into or sell more high-end, luxury, or even unique homes. My name is Michael LaFido, and I'm your host, and I'm really excited about today's guest. Before I introduced her, just a reminder, you can go to iTunes or Stitcher to download other episodes of our show, or you can go to luxurylistingpodcast.com. And let me give you my email should you guys have any questions or you have some suggestions for future topics, that sort of thing. Write down my email address. It's michael@marketingluxurygroup.com. michael@marketingluxurygroup.com. Again, a lot of exciting things coming on, and we have some great guests lined up. But today's guest, we were talking a little bit before we started. I believe I met her about 7 years ago. She is an expert at personality profiles, and she's a best-selling author. Angel Tucker. Angel, are you there?
I'm here.
Well, thanks again for your time, and these folks are in for a treat. I'm always about increasing conversion, and one of our modules, Angel, on our Luxury Listing Specialist certification is about increasing conversion. So many times agents think, man, I got to sell more homes, I got to go on more appointments and get more leads. And although that might be true, many times they have plenty of leads. They need to increase their conversion. So I'm a big DISC personality profile guy, and that's what you're going to talk to us about, DISC personality profile. So tell everybody a little bit about your background.
Okay, well, I also have a real estate license, so I've been a very successful realtor been in real estate for 27 years now. And so taking what I know and being able to apply it to my business basically does exactly what you just said, which is increase your conversion rate, because you think of it, our most valuable asset is our time, right? So we can't get that back at the end of the day. So we need to make sure we're using it wisely. And by understanding someone's personality type, it basically gives us a crystal ball into what they need from us to meet their personality needs, where they have this trust level with us, where we get repeat business from them, we get referral business from them, and it just makes our time, much less what we're spending with each person,
Yeah, time is absolutely valuable, and conversion is what we're going to be talking a little bit about DISC. So when people hear DISC, I tell people all the time, you might have heard of Myers-Briggs or Colby, and now, a term you're hearing more and more is emotional intelligence. But talk to us a little bit about DISC, what it is and what it stands for, DISC.
Okay, so the DISC model was developed in the 1930s, so it's been around for a long time, and it has a lot of validity studies, so it's accurate to about an 87% accuracy. And what I love about it is that it's very user-friendly, so you can learn it quickly, and then you can apply it quickly, where systems like Myers-Briggs, which are great systems, but they're very in-depth, and they're more than 99% of the population needs to know. And so it doesn't make it very convertible or usable. And so that's why we use the DISC model. So each of those letters simply stands for and represents one of the four main personality types. And then you have your blends of personalities within those. So everyone actually has all four letters to some degree, but 80% of us are dominant in two out of those four.
Okay. 80% dominant, 2 out of the 4. And D is dominant or driver, right?
Yep, exactly. Yes, we use the word dominant for D, and driver is definitely another word that could be for that one. If you ever hear someone say, I'm a type A personality, to us that would be a D. That's the ones that are very driven, go-getter, like to get things done, like checking things off their to-do list, very bottom line. big dreamer people. That's the D. And so then the I is inspiring. So if you've ever met someone that lights up the room just by walking in, you've met an I personality. So these are the really fun, loving, personalities that just can get along with everyone. They can change like a chameleon depending on their situation, and they do very well with people, very people-oriented. The S stands for supportive. So if you think Mother Teresa, if you think Mahatma Gandhi, those are your S personalities, your peacemakers. They're very people-oriented as well, but they're more reserved. So they take a different approach to people than the I personality. And then the last one is C, and this is your probably ever scientist or professor or engineer or anything you've ever met is probably high C, which is cautious. And so these are your 4-level deep thinkers. They're very love details and information, love charts and graphs and lists, and they're perfectionists in nature. So that's kind of the 4 different ones that we have. And remember, we all contain all 4 to some degree.
Now, would you say, you mentioned type A is D, would you also put type C as a type A, the C into the type A category, out of curiosity?
Well, they're both task-oriented, okay? So they both are motivated by accomplishing things. But the D must be doing many things at one time, okay? So they're actually the more productive personality than any of the others. They get more done than any other personality. But the C wants to do 1 or 2 things at a time, and they're going to do the best possible result that they can give you because they're perfectionists. So to a D, it just has to be good enough, and they'll move on to the next thing. For a C, it absolutely must be the best they can do. So if you've ever seen someone spend a lot of time doing something, and you're thinking, why is it taking you so long? It's probably a C because they're more about quality than they are quantity.
Okay. That's good to know. And, one of the things I teach real estate agents all the time is you can't have a one-size-fits-all listing presentation.
Absolutely.
Or for that matter, buyer's presentation. So,
absolutely.
So, based on 4 different personality types, and we talked a little bit offline, but I know the answer, but, more of a fast-paced, like, hey, don't show me 80 PowerPoint slides, you would categorize that more as a D and an I?
Absolutely, yeah. They're very they get bored very easily, both of those, and neither one of them likes details and information. They think more big picture. They think more bullet points. They want summaries, not long proposals. And so your listing presentation should meet that need, right? And so if you try to do death by PowerPoint, it's not going to be a good situation, So now S's and C's are the complete opposite. They love details and information and learning, and so they want to know, more than the D's and the I's. So it's important to have 2 different listing presentations, but you always want to have both with you because we tend to marry someone who's at least partially opposite of us. Uh-huh. So maybe when you set the appointment, you talk to the D on the phone, and you get there, and they're married to a C who's going to, want to see more. So it's important to have both with you all the time.
Okay. No, that's good. And, when I saw you present at, like I said, 7 or 8 years ago, one of the things you used to help people kind of grasp the D, the I, the S, and the C is you told an airport story. Do you still tell that story?
Oh, yes, so we talk about pilots a lot, and so how the pilots are different based on their personality. So the D is going to be the one that you may hear from him only at the very beginning and only at the very end, and you don't hear from them any other time. And they may sound a little bit rude if it's like you're an intrusion on them because, they're the most important person on the plane after all. And so they may let you know that they know that. Yeah. So the I is the one that will be out front greeting people as they're getting on the plane. They're showing kids the cockpit. They're giving kids little airplane wings. I've seen them come out and mingle with passengers on long flights. They'll just put the plane on autopilot and come out of the cockpit, which freaks the S's out, by the way. The S's are the very, it's a beautiful day, smooth ride, your comfort and safety are important to us. Let us know if we can make you more comfortable. So they're very service-oriented. And then the C's are the ones that come on there every 15 minutes and tell you how high you're flying, what state you're flying over, what the temperature is out the window, any historical information that they know about wherever you're flying over. They're going to tell you everything. So, there's a very distinct difference between the personalities, and you can see that in something like a pilot.
Well, that's a good. And is it fair to say if you're sitting in first class and you order your steak medium well and it comes rare? Talk to me a little bit about that. Would the S speak up?
No, not usually. The S will just eat it however it is. He may be disappointed that it wasn't what he asked for, but the S will eat it exactly how he received it, most likely. To the C, if they ordered it a certain way, it better be perfect or it's going back. Same thing with a D. And I, half the time, doesn't remember what he ordered anyway, so he's probably just going to eat it as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Are you a big believer that based on profile pictures, or if you're at the mall and you're people watching, that if you really start to grasp this personality just based on mannerism, smile, body language, you can guesstimate on what someone's personality profile might be?
Yeah, for sure. In fact, you can do that within about 60 seconds. Here's the challenge with profiling people, is you have to pay attention to them. If I ask people who they really pay most attention to, their answer is going to be themselves, right? And so you have to take the focus off of you and put it on the person you're trying to figure out. And they're constantly giving you signs that let you know. You just have to know what they are. So the two easiest things to pay attention to is speech patterns, which you can even do over the phone, and then body language. Those are the two easiest things to read, to figure out what someone's dominant personality is.
Hey there, it's Michael LaFido. Thanks again for listening to our podcast. If you are interested in signing up for our Luxury Listing Specialist certification, or if you want additional information on how you can dominate selling higher-end homes in your marketplace, make sure you go to luxurylistingspecialist.com.
Now, do you recommend that besides just reading up on this, and there's a lot of good information out there, and I know we talked offline, but do you recommend that someone takes a personality profile themselves so they first understand what their primary, first and second are, and to grasp, that, and maybe their significant other, and then they start learning and looking for, those characteristic traits to identify in clients and prospects?
Yeah, you definitely want to start with yourself, right? And it really explains the why behind the way that we think, feel, and act. And another important thing that we reveal is how other people might perceive you, which is extremely important, because whether you're that way or not is really irrelevant. In the end, it's going to affect the way that someone interacts with you if they perceive you to be a certain way. And so that's another thing that we talk about in our assessment, which you can do a free assessment, just a little mini one, on our free app, which is you just type in Personality Profiles, LLC. It'll come up. It'll have a black background, and it looks like angel wings. And just download it, and then right at the bottom, don't touch the screen, right at the bottom you'll see the word free assessment. So that's definitely a good place to start. And then we have a lot of free resources on our page as well. But we ultimately recommend you pay just a little bit of money, and they start at $12.95 to do an assessment on you and then your significant other, and just share your reports with each other, because you're definitely different. And then you'll understand, that's why you do things this way. That's why I do things that way. It's very enlightening to do that.
Yeah, no, that. So I just want to make sure. So if somebody goes to, the App Store, they look up Personality Profiles LLC. That's your app?
That's it.
Okay, and they can download it for free, and then of course you said scroll down to the bottom, and there's a button that says free profile.
It says free assessment, so you don't want to touch your phone at all. Okay, so once it's downloaded and you click open, don't scroll or it'll make this go away. Just look at the bottom of your screen, and you'll see it's a black bar with white letters that reads free assessment, and then you just click on that. And then you answer 7 questions, and it'll tell you what your top 1 or 2 letters is.
Okay. All right, that's good to know. And your website has some other resources as well. I've been getting for 6 or 7 years these really informative monthly text, tips, if you will. And how would someone find out about that?
So we do two things that are absolutely free. One of them is the text tips that you just talked about, and those actually go out weekly. And so they're absolutely free. Yeah, that's no problem. Our newsletter is monthly, though. But the text tips are weekly, and we never try to sell you anything. It's just simply reminding you how to interact with different personalities. And you can receive that by texting the word YES, Y-E-S, to the phone number 850-261-5511. So you just text that, that automatically opts you in, and you'll start receiving them the following week. And then our newsletter, you can sign up for free on our website. And that comes out monthly, and we give away lots of cool stuff, and there's always a little short article in there about how to use profiling effectively, things like that.
And that website is?
PersonalityProfiles.org.
Okay.
I want to make sure you put the S on there. Yeah, Personality Profiles with an S.
Plural. Yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. And the feature where they text the word yes to the number, it's 850-261-5511.
You got it.
That's awesome. Is there anything else for anyone out there, whether it be a broker owner, an agent? Again, let's talk about that, right? Agents today, growing teams are really important. Any tips from a personality profile standpoint that you have for any team leaders that are looking to maybe bring on an assistant or bring on a team member, or I'm a broker owner and I'm looking to recruit? Any suggestions there?
Well, yes, there's certain personalities that are the best fit for certain positions in your office, but the question I get asked the most is, hey, I'm hiring an admin, what personality should I hire? And my response is always, what will that admin be doing? Because that's a very broad term, to say I'm hiring an admin. So if you want someone that can multitask and that can change on a dime and put something down and pick something else up, then you want them to be at least partially E in their personality. You don't want to hire, say, an SC, which are both perfectionists in nature. They'll produce a quality product, but they get flustered if there's too much going on at one time. And so if you need someone that's fast-paced, that can change on a dime, that can, you can tell them 10 things and walk away, then you want someone that has at least one of their two letters as a D on their assessment. So that's why it's really good to do an assessment. Spend $12.95 to get a 6-page report on whomever you're considering hiring, and that'll really let you know. It kind of takes a non-subjective look at what that person is capable of. What are their strengths lie, and then what are some challenges that could potentially come up as well.
Okay, that's helpful. All right, well, good. Well, I am a big DISC personality guy. When I first met you, it stuck with me, and I've been a big advocate since. And Angel, there's free resources she shared with everyone. Again, the text yes to that 850-261-5511, and again, this will be in the email promotion and on our website, which is luxurylistingpodcast.com, or go to personalityprofiles.org and make sure you sign up. Again, I'm a student of the game. There's a lot of different resources out there to help you grasp this. The better you are at personality profiles as a broker owner, you'll have a more higher productive agent and staff. And as an agent, your conversion rate will skyrocket if you start to understand personalities of your potential clients. Is there something else that I should be asking you that I'm not at this point?
Well, one thing I just want to point out is it goes back to what you just said about your referral rate, your conversion rate, and your increase in referrals. But here's what I like to kind of compare it to, and any woman can understand this. Okay, women tend to have a hairdresser that they love, okay, and they trust this hairdresser. And if that hairdresser were to leave and go to another company, they wouldn't stay with the company, they would stay with the hairdresser. Even if they had to pass 2 or 3 or more to get to their hairdresser, they're willing to do that because that's the type of relationship and trust level they have with that person. And that should be your goal in your real estate career, that no matter what company you're with, this person is locked onto you, not the company. And then they have that kind of trust level that they're going to send you their friends and family and all that. And one thing that I like that John Maxwell says is you can't sell John Smith what John Smith buys until you can see John Smith through John Smith's eyes. And it's so important to remember that, because if you don't understand someone's personality, then you're going to interact with them the way that you would want to be interacted with. Mm-hmm. And that's great if they're like you, but what if they're not? You know, these are only 10% of the population, so there's a 90% chance they're not like you. You can't interact with them the way that you would another D. So I really encourage when people say to me, where do I start, learning this? Where do I start? Well, first, obviously, go on our website, take in as much as you can. There's tons of free information on there. But if you're looking for a book or an audio book, a good resource, we recommend you start with Stop Squatting with Your Spurs On. And that one became a bestseller the same month it was released, and it teaches you not only how to read people quickly, but it's really your Bible for communication. The way we laid it out, you'll read through it once, and then let's say you have a potential customer coming in that's the opposite of you and you don't remember how to interact with them, you just quickly go read how to interact with whatever that personality is, and now you're prepared, for that interaction to meet their personality needs. So it's really definitely worth the $15, investment to be able to constantly refer back to that book.
And again, it's Stop Squatting with Your Spurs On?
Yes, and in fact, what a lot of broker owners do, and I have this happening all over North America, they'll buy them by the case. Okay, there's 42 in a case, and so what they'll do is as they have new agents come on board, they'll give them a book so that they understand this, because that's a win-win situation, right? It's going to help the agent to get more listings, to get more sales, to build the business, which ultimately helps the broker owner, have more income coming in. So it averages about $8 a book when you do it that way, and it's definitely worth that investment as you hire agents on. So that's another option with that book as well.
Oh, that's good to know. That's awesome. Well, thank you. Well, a wealth of knowledge, and you're the queen of DISC and personality profiles, and really honored to get you on today. So, again, if you guys have any questions for me, send me an email, michael@marketingluxurygroup.com. But, again, just want to repeat, Angel's website is personalityprofiles with an S at the end.org. And if you're interested in the app, go to the app store, and look up Personality Profiles LLC. And if you're interested in the weekly text feature for free, which I am an advocate for, been getting them for 6 or 7 years, type the word yes or text the word yes to 850-261-5511. Angel, really appreciate your time. And your email address, if anybody wants to get a hold of you.
Yeah, I'm happy to answer questions if I can. So that's personalitypro@msn.com.
Personalitypro@msn.com. Appreciate your time, a wealth of knowledge. Again, if anybody wants some additional information on our certification, you can go to luxurylistingspecialist.com, luxurylistingspecialist.com. In 2018, we certified agents from 28 states in the United States, and we got a lot of cool things on the horizon in 2019. Again, shoot me an email if you have any questions, michael@marketingluxurygroup.com. Our book, Luxury Listing Specialist, can be found on Amazon. It's just under $30. It itself is a great investment. And if you have any questions on anything luxury real estate related, or if you need help securing a luxury listing, make sure you keep us in mind. We recently helped an agent out of Dallas who had never gone on a listing appointment of $1 million in her career, and she went on a $5.1 million listing appointment within 2 months of going through our class. So that's the kind of stuff we want to do, is we want to help you break down those barriers, work smarter, not harder, and we want you to increase your average sale price. Just a reminder, I believe that there's 4 primary price points in any market, no matter where you're at, and that's entry-level price point homes, average price point homes, high-end homes and luxury homes, and we define high-end homes as 2 times the average sale price for your given market, and luxury homes as 3 times the average sale price in your given market. That is it for today. My name is Michael LaFido. You guys have been a great audience. Keep raising the bar, prove others wrong, and if you have any questions, send us an email, michael@marketingluxurygroup.com. And remember, it's not the market, it's the marketing. Have an awesome day.